Now, this model, by the way, is pretty interesting to read, and also I think this is the kind of model for which you can really find many examples, because we have media surrounds our lives. We wake up and we start using our phone. We go to social media websites to get different sorts of news. Some of you may just go to your email boxes to see what is new. So this model actually talks about effects of media, and in that way it's pretty interesting. Anyways, here we will talk about some of the assumptions of stimulus response model. Now just pay attention to the words here. The model says that people are not affected by social relationships and constraints. What the model, just pay attention to these words here. People are not affected. What this model says is that people are highly impacted. People are highly affected by the messages that media show them. They are not affected. They are not affected by social relationships. So this is, again I would say that this is a kind of model that came when research in mass comm started. So they were talking about powerful effects of media, but they were not considering that there are some drawbacks as well. So this essentially talks about that. Well, yes, it happens that media messages affect us, but it doesn't happen that we are not affected. I'm sorry for the wrong spellings of social, I'll fix this as well. It doesn't happen that we are not affected by social relationships. Many times it happens that our choices, our behaviors are affected by our social relationships. What are social relationships? Our friends, our parents, our family. They are social relationships. Has it ever happened to you that your choice was affected or your behavior was affected? You changed your choice or behavior because you heard something from your friend? Has it ever happened to you?
Many times.
No?
Yes.
Many times.
Many times, yes. Very good. Has it ever happened to you that you actually do not consider media? For example, you want to go to a restaurant for a dinner and you do not consider media. There are many websites. There is Yelp, and then we sometimes go to internet and start reading reviews of restaurants. But maybe you do not go to the website, you do not consult internet at all, and you just ask a friend, well, tell me what is the good place to eat sushi, or tell me what is the good place to go for soup, right? So aren't we being affected by social relationships here?
Yes.
We are. This is the assumption. The model assumes that individuals act according to personal interests and they are not affected by social relationships. So this is what model is. Now, side by side, when we are talking about assumptions of models, side by side we are also discussing some disadvantages, some downsides of this model. Next is model also presents or assumes that media is a dominant force. Yes, that is true. In many cases, media is a dominant force, but not all the times. And then it further presents, the model further says that think about advertisers, government machinery, bureaucracy, political figures, political parties. They appear to be powerful institutions, forces. Yes, media many times can be used as a powerful tool by government machinery, by advertisers, or even by political figures. Let me give you an example from government machinery. Do you think government can use media to mobilize people?
Yes.
Yes. The current example is the use of cell phones, the use of ringtones on cell phones, and the use of different media, newspapers, radio, television, for disseminating messages related to the prevention of COVID-19. Has it ever happened to you that you call a friend and instead of hearing his ringtone or anything, you hear a message that says that well, COVID-19 is spreading and we need to practice social distancing and everything. So this is how a government machinery is using media. Government bureaucracy is using media. Similarly, whenever there is tree plantation campaign, let's say government wants to mobilize people for planting trees. Do you think government can use media effectively here as well? Similarly, let's talk about another example. Government in Pakistan has been using media effectively for eradicating polio. I mean, to mobilize people, to motivate people to get their children vaccinated for this disease, government can use media. Alright, so this is what this says, that media can become a dominant force and can be used by advertisers, government machineries and political figures. Do you think political figures, political parties can use media to mobilize people? We know that. All political parties, they have very strong social media presence, don't they? Yes, they do. Even TLP, which is Pakistan's Tehreek-e-Labbaik, they also have very strong social presence, social media presence. So media can be used like these three advertisers, government machinery and political parties, they become like powerful institutions who are using media to produce certain kind of effects. Alright, these are some more features of stimulus response model, and with these features we will end here. Yeah, just 2 more slides to go. I'll stop here and then we will